Good morning. Happy Easter. He is risen indeed. I just came back from the sunrise service at Rescue United Methodist Church in Morgan City, Union Grove area of North Alabama. And it was a very special service, probably one of the most beautiful sunrise services or Easter services I've ever seen. And the beauty of it was in how it was preached. So this morning, Jared Andrews, who's the preacher the pastor at Rescue United Methodist Church, read from the John 20 story of the resurrection. And he talked about how Mary discovered that the body of Jesus was not there, and she started talking to somebody at the tomb, that's kind of at the garden, and she didn't know who she was talking to until this person said in verse 16, Mary. Then she turned toward him and cried out in Aramaic, Rabboni, which means teacher. And then in verse 17, Jesus said, Do not hold on to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. Go instead to my brothers and tell them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God. Mary Magdalene went to the disciples with the news, I have seen the Lord. And she told them that he had said these things to her. What happened next was what made it so beautiful and so special. A few weeks ago, one of the women in the church, a woman named Lori, had talked to Jared about this and what was on her heart and what the Spirit had been convicting her to do. So at this point, after Jared read the words by Mary, I have seen the Lord, Jared then turned the service over to the women because he said, Jesus, in that moment when he told Mary to go to the disciples, not only commissioned, but ordained the woman and women in general to go and declare the glory of the Lord, to go and make disciples. And even though Jesus' first 12 people that he chose were men, Jesus here ordained and commissioned women to go and tell the good news and to tell the glory of the Lord. So Jared then, because a woman in the church had talked to him and the Spirit prompted her to act and talk to him and prompted Jared to allow this, he then turned the service over to the women of the church to declare how they have seen the Lord. So each woman had the opportunity to say, I have seen the Lord, and then explain how and why. This was such a beautiful, beautiful service that showed the liberation of women, that showed how Jesus and the cross liberated all of us, but particularly us women. It touched me as a woman to see this beauty of the cross in action this morning. It was just a tremendous service. And so as you go throughout your Easter Sunday, I would ask that you reflect on that. Reflect on how you have seen the glory of the Lord.